Let's dive into the topic of the San Francisco 49ers. This space is fully dedicated to all things Niners, and today we've got some significant updates to share. One of the team's offensive linemen has been suspended by the NFL, and two standout defensive line prospects have visited the team as part of the pre-draft evaluation process. But before we break that all down, make sure to stay updated and subscribe for the most informative and engaging coverage on the Niners. Tomorrow, we're hosting a live mock draft scheduled for 11 a.m. Pacific time, which you won't want to miss, especially if you're on the West Coast. We're currently just 309 subscribers away from hitting 160,000, so now is the perfect time to join the community. Turning to today's NFL news for Wednesday, April 16th, the league has handed down a 6-game suspension to a 49ers offensive lineman for violating the policy on performance-enhancing substances. Though he's never played in a regular season game for San Francisco, he was a developmental player within the organization. He entered the NFL via the International Pathway program, hailing from Mexico. He's never been on the 53-man roster and has only been part of the practice squad, previously spending time with another team from 2020 through 2023. The 49ers brought him in this offseason as part of their 90-man roster. While expectations of him becoming a full-time NFL player are modest, his physical frame, standing 6'3" and weighing 320 pounds, is certainly intriguing for someone from a country not traditionally known for producing football talent. Though he has yet to play in a regular season game, the 49ers appear committed to his development. He was part of last year's off-season roster, the practice squad, and preseason. They prioritized bringing him back into their 90-man group. But does this situation affect the 53-man roster or San Francisco's potential moves in free agency? And the draft? Not necessarily. He'll still be eligible to participate in all off-season programs, including OTAs, minicamp, training camp, and the preseason. However, once the regular season begins, he won't be able to suit up for the first 6 games. Offensive line remains a critical need for the Niners heading into the new season. If they wanted to keep him on the practice squad, this suspension could complicate that plan, potentially affecting roster depth, talent evaluation, and adding starting caliber offensive linemen will be one of San Francisco's top priorities during next week's NFL draft. Prospects like Armanu, Will Campbell, and Kelvin Banks are all names to watch in the early rounds. Armand Membu is my personal favorite offensive tackle in this class. He consistently holds his own against elite pass rushers in the SEC. He's an exceptional athlete who ran a 4.9-second 40-yard dash despite weighing over 330 pounds. He fits the scheme well and stands out both in pass protection and run blocking, showing surprising agility and comfort in space for a man of his size. Will Campbell is another standout with excellent footwork and production at LSU. Some scouts question his arm length and project him more as a guard, but he insists he can thrive at tackle thanks to his athleticism, film study, and technical skills. Even with shorter arms, a player can succeed in this league. Campbell has addressed this directly, saying, "Yes, I have short arms, but I can make up for it with my athleticism, film work, and technique." Kelvin Banks from Texas also fits well into multiple schemes. He's a strong, passionate player known for his leadership and high character. He excels in open field plays, especially in pulling blocks at the second and third levels, and has a consistent track record of high-level SEC performances. One concern is that he hits the ground a bit too often for someone of his size, which has led to some speculation he may ultimately project better as an interior offensive lineman. Another prospect is recovering from a patella tendon injury. Always a tricky situation. One particular player has had an up-and-down college career, but showed flashes of brilliance, especially during the Big Ten championship game against the top-rated edge rusher in this draft class. However, his Senior Bowl showing was underwhelming. Most of the top tackle prospects are projected to go in the second, third, or even fourth rounds. A player from Minnesota offers great size and experience. He started over 40 games and is considered a tremendous athlete, likely to be selected in the second round. Another intriguing player from a smaller school only started playing football as a high school junior, but has a strong wrestling background. His technique is advanced, and he checks every athletic box for success at the next level. He played in a run-heavy system, showcasing his toughness and aggressive play. One powerful prospect might need to shed some weight to optimize his movement. Another lineman, weighing just over 300 pounds, has a similar frame to a well-known player. He too has logged more than 40 college starts. Among guard prospects, players from Alabama, Georgia, Arizona, LSU, and Purdue stand out. Despite his impressive tools, he recorded just 1.5 sacks in each of the past 3 seasons, totaling 4.5 sacks over 37 college games and 79 pressures. That's just not enough. He posted only 4.5 sacks across 680 pass rush snaps and had a missed tackle rate of 26.9%. Time and again, we see freak athletes who underperform because they lack the necessary football instincts and skills. Every NFL player is an athlete. What separates them is technique and production. While I admire his traits and motor, I wouldn't consider him an 11. That said, beyond the stats, he was a 5-star recruit with explosive movements, long arms, and raw power. Nicknamed the Menace, he plays with intensity, but his lack of impact is frustrating. The San Francisco 49ers, always on the hunt for that one game-changing player who can elevate their championship aspirations, have set their sights on one of the NFL's most prolific wide receivers, Davante Adams. Born in nearby East Palo Alto, Adams' connection to the Bay Area is undeniable, and it's no surprise that the 49ers are rumored to be making a serious push for his services. As a player who has dominated the NFL for years, Adams' presence could offer the 49ers the dynamic playmaker they've been missing on the offensive side of the ball. But what makes this pursuit so intriguing, and why might this move be the key to San Francisco's Super Bowl dreams? Adams' career trajectory has been nothing short of spectacular. From humble beginnings as a second-round pick by the Green Bay Packers in 2014, he quickly ascended to elite status, becoming one of the league's most reliable and explosive receivers. With multiple All-Pro selections and a resume that includes leading the league in receiving touchdowns, Adams has proved time and again that he's capable of changing the course of a game with a single play. His move to the Las Vegas Raiders in 2022 only solidified his reputation, and his request for a trade in 2024, followed by his brief stint with the New York Jets, has kept his name at the forefront of NFL discussions. For the 49ers, a team already stacked with talent on both sides of the ball, Adams could be the final piece to complete their puzzle. With a potent defense and a dynamic, albeit sometimes inconsistent, offense led by quarterback Brock Purdy, the 49ers have come close to glory in recent years. However, the absence of a true top-tier wide receiver has left them slightly exposed. In the passing game, especially in high-pressure playoff situations, Adams, with his ability to make spectacular catches and dominate in crucial moments, could provide the 49ers with the edge they need to break through and capture a Super Bowl. Adding to the allure of this potential move is the personal connection between Adams and the Bay Area. Raised just a short distance from San Francisco, playing for the 49ers would allow him to return home, providing a sense of comfort and pride that could push his game to new heights. Furthermore, the prospect of joining a team with championship aspirations, playing alongside stars like George Kittle and Deebo Samuel, would surely appeal to Adams, who has spent much of his career competing at the highest level but is still in search of that elusive Super Bowl ring. As the 49ers weigh their options this offseason, the temptation to bring in a player of Adams' caliber is undeniable. If they are able to secure his services, it would not only bolster their receiving core, but also send a clear message to the rest of the league. The 49ers are all in. With Adams in the fold, San Francisco could be poised to not just contend for a title, but to claim it. The city of San Francisco, long starved for another championship, may just have the answer in the form of a hometown hero ready to take the 49ers to the promised land. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the San Francisco 49ers, make sure to subscribe to 49ers Zone and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.